Mr. Ambassador, congratulations to the anniversary and welcome to Biz China. 55 years ago, Sweden was the first Western country to establish diplomatic relationship with People's Republic of China. And now, China has become the most important trading partner of Sweden in Asia. Would you please share with us the establishment and prosperity regarding economic collaboration between these two countries?
Of course, we are very proud of the fact that Sweden was the first country to establish diplomatic relations with the People's Republic of China on the 9th of May 1950. Of course, the relations date back much further, but this is a very important date when it comes to our relations today. And they have developed very well since, and particularly since the reforms, the opening up process started, of course, in the late 70s. And since 2 years, China is our most important trading partner in Asia. And also the number of Swedish companies present today in China is around 250, and all the large ones are here.
What are the challenges and benefits to some of the brand companies such as IKEA, Ericsson, and Volvo experience when they come to China and involve in China market?
Well, I think that they all feel that they have to be here. That is here where the future is. And if you take Ericsson, actually they started supplying telephones to Shanghai in 1892, the first order, 1892, so that's 113 years ago. But today it's their largest market in the world. And what is striking today is that they also manufacture more and more of their product here, and not only for China, but also for the world market. And they also have a huge R&D center now in Shanghai. So you can see that it's a Swedish company, and we are very proud of the company. But when it comes to the activities, China is becoming increasingly important in all these respects.
How do we embrace the challenge of globalization?
Well, I think Sweden has been very much basing its development and prosperity on trade and international cooperation. Companies like Ericsson, they went abroad immediately after they were founded. That is true from so many Swedish companies because our own home market is not so very big. You mentioned IKEA. They're coming now here in a big way, establishing themselves, opening department stores in 10 cities in China. But it was also very interesting is that they buy 20% of what they sell globally from China, 12 billion renminbi last year. So they keep a few 100,000 Chinese employed. And that is true also for H&M, another company, clothing and a company, garment, that they have placed very huge orders here, and that's when it comes to sourcing, China is becoming very, very important. And that is because that means Chinese exports.
2005 is the Swedish Year of Design. How does the Swedish designing industry further collaborate with some of the top Chinese designing firms and institutes?
I think in a way the most interesting illustration is the fact that some of our largest companies are now establishing design centers in China. That is done by IKEA, and that is done by Electrolux. So, because some people think that what is established in China is only the manufacturing because of the cheap labor, but it's not true. It's also, I mentioned, R&D, research and development, and also design. So these two functions are now developed in China for the Chinese market and for the world market. That's very, I think, new and very interesting.
The 30th anniversary of China and European Union relationship has just been celebrated. How do Europe and Sweden successfully handle the economic challenges from China?
Among the EU nations, maybe Sweden is the country that is most committed to free trade. We believe very strongly in free trade and the mutual advantages of free trade, open markets. We have based our modernization process on trade very much. So when it comes now to garment, there was an article actually published 1 month ago in a Chinese newspaper, Economic Daily, by our Minister of Trade, where he said that he is not in favor of trying to restrict China's export of garment. That this is the nature, that's the nature of globalization. Of course, we are also a loyal member of the EU, and the European Commission negotiates on behalf of all the EU countries with China. But we think basically that globalization and trade, flow of investment, that's win-win situations. and we think that China's increasing prosperity is in our interest. Not a threat, but a possibility for. But it puts a lot of pressure on us to achieve. We have to develop better products and higher technology and so forth. But we should not start to try to protect ourselves by putting up barriers.
Mr. Ambassador, thank you for meeting with our audience at BIS China.
Thank you very much. Thank you.